Before you chew another clove for fresh breath, before you stir it into tea for digestion, or before you add it to your daily routine, believing it is a harmless natural habit. Pause for a moment. This video is not here to demonize cloves. It is here to restore balance, clarity, and safety. Because cloves are not an ordinary kitchen spice when used daily. They are biologically active, pharmacologically potent, and for many people over the age of 50, potentially disruptive when used without understanding. The most dangerous mistake people make with natural remedies is assuming that natural automatically means safe for everyone, all the time. That assumption quietly causes more harm than most people realize. Cloves contain powerful bioactive compounds, most notably eugenol. This compound does not simply pass through the body like fiber or starch. It interacts. It influences blood clotting pathways, stomach acid production, liver enzymes that process medications, vascular tone, and even nervous system signaling. In other words, cloves do not sit passively in your digestive tract. They engage with your physiology. And that engagement can be helpful in the right context, but problematic in the wrong one, especially as the body changes with age. The subtle effects of eugenol accumulate over weeks or months, often unnoticed until they contribute to irritation, imbalance, or unexpected interactions. After 50, the margin for error narrows. Digestion becomes more sensitive. Medication use becomes more common. Liver and kidney clearance slows. Blood pressure regulation becomes less stable. What once felt fine in your 30s can quietly become a stressor later in life. This is why context matters more than trends, and why daily clove use deserves closer examination, not blind enthusiasm. Even seemingly minor digestive discomfort or fleeting lightheadedness can signal early warnings when compounded over time. In this video, I will walk you through 7 essential clove warnings you must understand. These are not internet myths. They are physiological realities that depend on your health profile. We will move from common digestive sensitivities to deeper systemic interactions. If even one of these applies to you, daily clove use may not be the harmless habit you believe it is. And the final warning is the one almost everyone misses. Not because it is dramatic, but because it is subtle and cumulative, gradually shaping how your body responds to food, supplements, and medications alike. But before we continue, a brief request. The vast majority of viewers who benefit from this kind of honest, safety-first information never subscribe. If you value clear explanations without hype, your support helps this channel reach people who need it. A simple like and subscription makes a real difference. Thank you. Now, let's begin with the most common and often dismissed concern. If you have a sensitive stomach or experience frequent acid reflux, heartburn, or GERD, cloves deserve caution. Cloves stimulate digestion by increasing the secretion of digestive juices, including stomach acid. In a strong, healthy stomach lining, this can sometimes aid digestion. But if the lining is already irritated or inflamed, this stimulation becomes aggravation. Increased acidity can worsen burning sensations, discomfort, and regurgitation. Chewing whole cloves delivers a concentrated dose of essential oils directly to sensitive tissue, making the effect even stronger. What many people interpret as warming can actually be irritation. And this is only the surface level of digestive risk. A more serious escalation occurs if you have active stomach or duodenal ulcers. An ulcer is not indigestion. It is an open wound in the digestive lining. Cloves are not a healing agent for this condition. While eugenol has anti-inflammatory properties in some contexts, it also increases blood flow and gastric activity. Increasing acidity and circulation around an open ulcer can delay healing, worsen pain, and prolong inflammation. Using cloves under the belief that they heal the stomach can unintentionally work against recovery. This distinction matters, and misunderstanding it causes real harm. Another consideration is the effect on the esophagus. Cloves are highly aromatic and stimulating. For someone with reflux or hiatal hernia, inhaling or chewing cloves can trigger spasms or temporary tightening of the esophageal sphincter. This adds to discomfort and may amplify acid reflux episodes. Many people never connect these subtle triggers to their daily spice use, which is why monitoring and timing matter. From here, we move beyond digestion and into an area where the consequences become far more serious: the cardiovascular system. One of the most critical warnings involves blood thinning. Cloves naturally inhibit platelet aggregation and influence clotting pathways. This effect is mild when cloves are used occasionally in cooking, but it becomes significant with consistent daily intake through chewing, powders, or teas. If you take prescription blood thinners, antiplatelet medications, or even daily therapeutic aspirin, cloves can amplify their effects. This increases the risk of easy bruising, prolonged bleeding, and in some cases, serious hemorrhagic events. Medication doses are carefully calibrated. Adding a strong, natural anticoagulant without accounting for it disrupts that balance. This is not speculation. It is pharmacological interaction. Even minor cuts, dental procedures, or simple injuries can become unexpectedly problematic under chronic clove exposure. Blood pressure regulation is another area where cloves can quietly cause issues. Cloves have vasodilatory properties, meaning they relax and widen blood vessels. For individuals with high blood pressure, this may sound beneficial. But for those with chronically low blood pressure or orthostatic hypotension, dizziness upon standing, this effect can worsen symptoms. Lightheadedness, weakness, fatigue, and even fainting can become more likely, especially when cloves are consumed on an empty stomach. Again, a benefit for one person becomes a liability for another, underscoring the importance of context-specific guidance. Now we enter a category that affects a large percentage of adults over 50, multiple medication use. The liver relies on enzyme systems, particularly the cytochrome P450 family, to metabolize and clear drugs. Compounds in cloves can influence these enzymes, altering how quickly medications are processed. Some drugs may be cleared too quickly, reducing effectiveness. Others may linger too long, increasing toxicity risk. When someone takes medications for heart health, diabetes, cholesterol, mood, or pain, adding daily clove use introduces an unpredictable variable. It is not harmless experimentation. It is biochemical interference that deserves professional evaluation. Even small amounts, repeated consistently, can subtly shift medication dynamics over weeks, affecting efficacy and side effect profiles. Kidney function adds another layer of concern. The kidneys filter waste products and metabolites from the blood. With age, this filtration efficiency often declines, sometimes subtly and without obvious symptoms. Cloves contain concentrated compounds that must be processed and excreted. In healthy kidneys, this is manageable. In compromised kidneys, even early-stage decline, it adds unnecessary metabolic load. The risk increases with powders, extracts, and frequent use. Protecting kidney health means being selective about what you ask them to process. Hydration, timing, and portion control all play a critical role in preventing strain. Finally, we arrive at the most overlooked warning of all: continuous daily use without breaks. This is not about a specific disease. It is about physiology. Traditional herbal systems emphasize pulsation, periods of use followed by rest. Cloves stimulate digestion, circulation, and nerve signaling. Constant daily stimulation can lead to low-grade irritation, receptor desensitization, and cumulative stress on systems that are meant to fluctuate, not remain activated. Over time, what once felt helpful may quietly contribute to inflammation, imbalance, or fatigue, sometimes manifesting in subtle ways like mild headaches, disrupted sleep, digestive discomfort, or temporary nervous system hyperactivity. This does not mean cloves have no place. It means they have a place and limits. Occasional use, small amounts, strategic timing, steeping rather than chewing, regular breaks, a pattern such as a few days of use followed by rest or short periods rather than permanent routines aligns far better with how the body maintains balance. Observing your body's signals and responding proactively is far safer than following blanket advice or training protocols. The ultimate message is simple, but often ignored. True health wisdom is not about using more natural remedies. It is about using the right ones for the right person at the right time with respect for their power. If you recognize yourself in any of these warnings, awareness is the first step towards safety. And if this information surprised you, share your thoughts in the comments. Conversation builds understanding, and understanding protects health. If you value calm, honest, safety-first guidance, not trends or exaggeration, stay with this channel. Because sustainable wellness is built on clarity, not assumptions.